Hi everyone, I'm back again. Paul Giambrone III here. Today we want to discuss an interesting topic about a shooter that had written in and said, hey, you know, I'm having trouble leaving early on my call. And you know, there are some reasons as to why that generally happens and some solutions on how to get out of that habit. One, it is one of the most difficult habits to break because it's so instinctual. When you call for the target, you start moving. When you call for the target, start moving. Even though you're technically supposed to wait for the flash or that streak or that orange blur before you start moving, it's very natural to a lot of shooters to want to leave on the call. What this ends up doing is they'll get way in front of the target, they'll have to slow the swing, and then therefore they're no longer matching gun speed and target speed, and then they end up slowing down, bleeding off the lead to the point where it looks correct, but the gun speed is too slow and then they miss behind. So what are some of the solutions to that? My father and I, what we used to do, if we found ourselves leaving early, we would actually, now this is going to, bear with me here, it's going to sound a little crazy, but what we used to do, since we were so familiar with each other's tempo, we would actually shoot round after round and neither one of us would call. What my dad would do is when I would get on the station and set up, after, you know, a second or two went by, once the gun was still, he just pushed a button. And if you waited for the target, you'd react to the flash, you'd truly sustain your lead, stay in front, and then break the target like you're supposed to do. But in the cases where you have that habit of leaving early, when you're sitting there after a little bit, you could feel yourself wanting to jump. So one of the things that we used to do was we would actually not even call, and then that would give us the confidence like, hey, we don't need to leave early, we need to leave right when we see the flash. Another way to train for it as well is to understand what you're supposed to do. When you set up, your hold point should be in the correct spot, right around 1/3 of the way out. You should have your eyes set back the proper distance and up in the target flight path, and you should not move the gun until you see movement in your peripheral vision, that target flash or streak. If you are leaving before you see that streak, then you know you're not doing it right. The right way to do it is to wait to see that streak and then move. Now, another solution or potential problem that could be is if you're waiting to see the streak, but then the target's already past you, well then you don't have enough separation between your hold point and your look point. You either need to change where you're looking or change your hold point. Or vice versa, if you are moving when you see the flash but you're still ending up way out in front, maybe there's too much gap between your eyes and the gun, therefore you either need to look closer to the gun or move your hold point in. There you go. There's your solutions.